as they can. And he won't. Because they don't work for God. They work for Satan. And that's the problem. So the Zodiac Killer was never caught. He controlled the media for quite a bit of time. He did what he had to do. It was almost like artwork, right? The ciphers are like artwork. They'll be presented in museums. They're priceless. Those ciphers are priceless. They're not $1 million. They're not $1 billion. They're priceless. They're worth a lot of money. They're worth probably more than almost anything. Those ciphers are very priceless. You can't buy them and hang them up in your, in your rich living room, or, if you're a millionaire, you can't get a hold of them. They'll be put in museums. The original ciphers are priceless. And this was done by an unknown man. He had a pseudonym, an alias known as the Zodiac Killer. This is the Zodiac speaking. Big fans. They're big fans. That's how they show me their love. Big fans, you can tell. The guy goes to church, worships his pastor, picks up a Bible every day and reads it to his wife. After Sunday, after the sermon, takes her home, screws her. And he watches something on TV, probably like CNN or something. He gets behind delivery drivers and honks like that. Does it all day long. There he goes, the other direction. Looks like they taught him in church. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Die on that cross. Bunch of geese. Looks like the Griswolds are back at it. Well, they're not exactly the Griswolds. They're on mountain bikes, though. They could always be a future National Lampoons. We're on vacation. Look at us. Woohoo! So I put gasoline in the car, and I actually just put a gallon in there. And when it says accumulating info, that means it's readjusting. So it has more in there, and that takes time to turn off too. So even though it says 14, it says accumulating info. So it takes time before it can get the exact amount. Works with a computer to figure out the exact amount that you would have. So that's actually not accurate right there. It's close though, but not completely accurate. Likely what happens, you put a little bit of gas in there, you got to restart the car, because the car's like a computer, it's like rebooting, and it'll read the accurate amount, because that's not actually accurate right there.
Classical 101.1.
That happened the other night. Some idiot fully plowed right in to that Louisville sign, destroying the sign. So today was pretty tough. There's a fat guy that wanted hot dogs. It was called taco dogs. I think they're hot dogs nevertheless. They're in Roanoke. He had like 3 bags. He lives somewhere out in Keller. So I switched over. Let's just say I work for Food for Friends. And I gotta think of a fictional name for the other one. Okay, Food for Friends. And Dee Dee. Dee Dee's fine. I used to live down or above a restaurant called Aunt Dee Dee's when I lived in Guilford. So I switched over to Dee Dee's, and I had a dash over in Keller for I think it was one. I remember how it was now. I figured it out. One was Food for Friends, so I picked up the taco dogs. And that was for the fat guy. And it was like 4 bags. And they gave me 3. The lady gave me a little nod, and I took off. Then he texted me before I got to his place saying, "You don't have all the food, and I don't want it cold." So I don't have all the food, and I don't want it cold. So I went ahead and dropped off the food that I did have to him, so some of it would be there. And there was another bag with a couple of hot dogs in it. So I had to go back to that little food brewery thing by Smiley Barbecues in Roanoke. I think the name is, it's like a food junction. It's like a restaurant junction. It's like 10 restaurants in it. One's hot potato, one's a English restaurant, one's taco dogs. It has some kind of name, something about food. Food's in the title of the name. It's a place you go in, you get, like, it's like almost like a restaurant stand. You know, you walk in and there's like this little, kind of reminds me of pre-K. Kindergarten, when you had those stands. You know, you go behind the stand, you pretend like you're running a hot dog station. Well, they have these little stations. So I had to go back and I picked up another order from Dee Dee's. So I was doing it for Food for Friends, a separate app. Think of Uber Eats and Postmates. Think if you're working for Uber Eats and you're working for Postmates. So Uber Eats wanted something and Postmates wanted something. They got me split. So I go back and the taco dogs, of course, that order is almost complete. The guy recognized me when I go in for the hot potato order. There's a place called Hot Potato inside this. It's like a little outlet mall almost. It's small, and that they had their order ready. And I went over to Hot Potatoes and got it. He recognized me, follows me out. He's a skinny guy, real skinny guy with a beard. He's like, "Hey, you didn't get the complete order. Here's the bags, and that's for Food for Friends." And I'm working for Dee Dee at the time. So this is how I got the violation. So basically, I grabbed his order and thought, well, I don't want to eat these hot dogs, and they're just going to be stuck there. I might as well drop it off to the fat guy who's in Keller. So I run that food back, where I did the whole, what's that thing called? Clockwork Orange scene with Alex. And I'm going down and I scream, and I'm screaming and all that stuff. Okay. So I finally get the rest of his order, and I go all the way back to his place by pretty much by memory, but I actually got a hold in the Food for Friends app. They gave me the address, so I was able to find it. I missed it by about like 2 minutes or 2 miles. I was able to finally drop those hot dogs off to the fat guy off of, it's not Pearson, it's like, not Keller Parkway, it's by Florence, back where I went to school, Florence Elementary. Anyway, he got his food. His name was Scott. I was like, hey, Scott. He opened the gate. I dropped off his 2 hot dogs. He looked like a pretty cool guy, but he was kind of impatient. So I had to go all the way back to and get the rest of his hot dogs. He wasn't really impatient. He just wanted his complete order. And I figured that was fair enough. So I went ahead and gave him his hot dogs. So I jump back in the vehicle, in my car, and I complete the DD order, which brings me way off course. And they gave me a violation. It was like for 17 minutes or something like that. And I had to go all the way to Justin on that order. So they must have been mapping me the whole time. Because I was lagged behind another order. It wasn't really I was lagged behind another order. It's hard to explain. There are 2 orders at the same time for 2 different companies. Basically. And they only gave me a partial order on the first one. So I had to go back to the restaurant, get that order, and come back to the other one before I could complete the other order, which I had already got in the middle of his order. But in order of the fat guy's order. Skinny guy gave me the hot dogs saying, hey, you got to finish this order. And then I could drop that off to the fat guy. So it was a fat guy and a skinny guy working against me. I'm kind of in between. Anyway, skinny guys and fat guys, man. Because somebody's getting in trouble. Anyway, so I go all the way out to Justin. And I finally find this place, which you can't even find it on the GPS. And I text the lady, and at the corner of her house, there's not a street sign. And it's sitting there, but there's no street sign to show her house. In the middle of Justin, Texas, right by Justin Boots. She's a fat witch-looking lady. So she goes out, she gets her food from my trunk, and there's a train passing by, which I miss. I just got a message about the weather. I missed the train noise to get the train noise for the film, because I had to wait for her to slowly walk and get her food and then go back in. Then finally I get back on, and the train's already gone, but I got some traffic or something. See how things work out for me? So all in all, as I left, Dee Dee gave me a violation. And this was out in the middle of Justin. And the lady got her enchiladas or whatever it was. I have no idea what it was. Whatever restaurant it was. You have to do all the math, figure it out. You have to do all the location searching. I guess that's a wrap. The vlog's over. I'm kind of chilling in my air conditioning seats right here. Kind of see right here. Can you see? I still got a selfie. Kind of see it right there. You can hear it. Kind of see it right here. I'm kind of trying to look at it. And the same. Trying to see it right here. See it? There it is. You can kind of see it that way. Right here. And that's what it looks like. You can do like two air conditioning right here. Actually cools the car down right here. So anyway, that's it. So welcome to the Please Subscribe show. Hope you got your order. Your hot dogs. Fat guy eating hot dogs, a skinny guy yelling about it. So basically they'll violate you for splitting between 2 different companies. So if you choose Uber Eats and then you switch over to Postmates, one's going to violate the other. The only problem is if you stick with one, they'll starve you. So you have to kind of choose between the 2 or just sit there like a dead duck. I always just keep 2 running and hopefully be able to turn off the other one quick enough so that I'm only doing 1 at one time. If 2 goes at the same time, which isn't real rare, but it can happen if you forget to turn the other one off. Somehow they should have something between these companies. But then that would be like destroying capitalism, and turning it all into communism. So capitalism allows you to, run more than one business at one time. Kind of like if you ran a train and a subway at the same time or something like that. I guess a subway is a train. They're similar companies. So it'd be like, maybe if you drove rideshare to deliver. Well, no. People do that, though. They do rideshare and delivery. It's two different companies, about the same, though. They're both food companies, though. It's hard to explain when you get split. That's whenever things get quiet. Because one company's like, go this way. The other company's like, go that way. Because they compete with each other. And DD doesn't like it. They think they're superior. They actually pay you less. So, I told Linda about the two companies getting me split. She gave me a cherry. Study symbolism between symbolism and filmmaking. A little real quick. The structuralist used to do it. All right. So the ichthys is a Jesus sign. It goes like this. All right. I told Linda about. I'm gonna see if I even got that recorded. So we're gonna go through a list. Ichthys, 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 ichthys. Right. It's a fish. Right. When you do the symbol in the air, that's how you should do the filmmaking. It's almost, I'm not gonna say that you're like blind or anything like that, or I don't say that, but it's kind of a fill. Filmmaking is a fill. So if you film yourself making a fish sign, like the ichthys, you have to think about it when you do it, but your hand is moving. Does that make sense? Okay, it's bad direction. Try to think. It's more than just setting up a cool shot, although that helps. It's something else. It's thinking about symbols and movement. And when you make that sign in the air and you film it, you're no longer really looking at yourself doing it. Does that make sense? You're trying to do something else because you're the actor in your film. So if I make this sign, I only think about the sign that I make. If I try to think about it and film it at the same time, then I'm all going like this, right? So I just think about the sign, and you can see the movement. It's called the ichthys. Yeah, there we go. Even Jesus. Jesus is a really good filmmaker. The reason why Jesus is a good filmmaker is because he spoke in symbolism. He knows all about filmmaking. If you go to Jesus, he'll teach you to be the best filmmaker ever. You know, John Singleton thing with the stop sign. Jesus was behind that. It's a great little symbol that John Singleton came up with. Boys in the Hood kind of thing.
And then when the food's ready, we would hit another button. So you had to hit like 2 buttons.
There's 2 buttons.
No.
A confirm button and an order to be picked up.
To be picked up, yes.
Well, a confirmed button and
sometimes we forget the second button.
The order is ready button.
Yeah,
right, okay. So that's probably what threw me off.
Okay, sweetie.
I thought they were lying. So they probably weren't lying. But still, it took them like 15 minutes. So I guess that's no big deal, I guess.
So what do you want for dinner?
Simply naked. Oh, they got another woohoo. So what are we doing with the bell pepper?
I'm doing stuffed bell peppers.
With
Get a
what?
bell
Meat?
pepper, cut in half, meat, rice, onions, salt, pepper, and some cheese.
Okay, so you're going to stuff a bell pepper.
Some salt. Yeah, stuff it. All right, let's go. Certain stuff's cheaper.
I'm not taking you. These things make noises and stuff like that. Which color? Well, that's not making noise, right? Usually it makes noise. It makes like thunder noises. You ever notice that? It makes sound effects. The produce section. We're going to stuff these with meat.
Yeah. We'll get 3. Get a red, yellow one.
Did you know I shook the hand
All right,
of
now we need an
Shapiro?
onion. Yes.
Rocco Shapiro, the famous chef.
All right, let's get an onion.
It was almost in a restaurant. Well, it was
Here,
almost
we'll get an onion at Walmart. We're going to Walmart, okay?
a restaurant reality show. Okay, so we got the peppers. And these are what, yellow and red peppers?
Yes, and orange.
Still waiting for this thing right here. Anyway, it does like thunder noises. Let's see if I can find its sensors. These are the actual water things. Give me a second, I'm looking for the speakers. Maybe it's my imagination. Maybe the speakers are back like sword. Maybe it just sounds like thunder. I know that some restaurants do it. It makes like a thunder sound, like a sound of like a rainforest sound, and then the water goes off. I'm trying to see if this is this thing right here. Okay. Not really seeing it around here. Aha. At least that's it. Little speakers. Here. No, maybe it's my imagination. Anyway, it'd be a good idea though. Like a rainforest kind of sound. Okay, so it's $1.
Yeah, damn.
So we're doing different salads. And this is like what right here?
We got that chicken thawing out, so this will be tomorrow. Chicken.
So basically pesto.
Yeah, we've gotten that one before.
Whoa. Did you hear that? Okay, that thing makes thunder noises and it rains.
Hey, we can maybe stuff this in the bell pepper.
That would be good.
Already
Put it
has
in
the
here.
rice.
Bell pepper and meat. And lots of veggies.
We still need to get a little bit
Like
bigger.
veggies, pasta kind of thing.
Do we really need to go to Walmart?
I don't know.
It's
It's
fine.
I don't care.
Man, that's a good deal for them. That's a damn good deal. $1?
Yeah, that one too.
Usually, if it's discounted, it's $1.99. So $1.05. That is really good. Score. They got one more left, but that might be a little too much. You do want like 5 pounds of chicken.
These lights are blinking though, right here. I wonder if it's part of the effect. Yeah, it's probably
5
not.
pounds of chicken.
Anyway, yeah. All right, looking good. I thought I heard thunder noise and then rain coming out. That's a great deal. 50 cents, grab that puppy. That is
I was
a great
thinking about
deal.
putting it
And
in
I'll put that in there. That's reduced down 50 cents. This is something right here. That's a very good deal. That's a complete steal. That's like buying,
I wish it was
it's like $2 off, basically. We already have hamburger meat, but what are we going after now? Oh yeah, that's the Eddie. This stuff is great right here. Eddie
ground
chicken.
turkey.
It's really good.
Nothing over here for us. All right, let's just check out the rice and let's go.
Oh, cool. What about drinkage? So the rice goes into the pepper?
Yeah, the rice goes. All right, we're good over here. All right, let's
Okay.
go on there. I don't know if we still have leftovers. All this good stuff for $1. I know, those flowers are real good.
It's actually 7. You got to realize we are our own subject. So we are our own subjects. So that's a different thing, you know. It's like eventually, I guess you become filmmaker when you've done so much of a subject. You figure out the rhythm of the filmmaking process, and you kind of go back and look through editing. You go, oh, this works, this doesn't work. Oh, this is really good, this doesn't. Right? So the actor has it sometimes easy. Oh, this is nice. Huh. That's pretty interesting. So they have their own parking spot. Isn't that nice? No, come over here. It's got a little blue light over there. I just want to get a picture of you. Right over here. See? It's reserved parking for the law enforcement and mafia. No, I'm just joking. Isn't that nice?
Hey, Tom Thumb has pregnant woman signs.
Yeah, there's also one called Stork parking at Babies R Us. So pregnant women have privileges too. And we're ready. Just want to say that they're on camera too. All the good deals, right, Sweekums?
This is the same price as Kroger's, right? $6.42.
It's about the same price.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's really good though.
Not in our budget.
Sharp. Cheddar. Do we need a bag or anything?
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's only 15 cents? Huh. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. We're shopping at Walmart. That's cool.
It's too big of a package. Do you like cinnamon?
Cinnamon's, yeah, one of my favorites.
15 cents?
Nothing wrong with cinnamon.
Yeah,
15 cents, grab it.
It's a cake.
It's practically a still. Here, put it in this bag right here.
No, I think they're using it for trash.
Yeah, for trash? Yeah, okay. The cart. The cart bag.
Oh, I did go to the other Walmart. So it's what, 3?
You said Dustin was trying to do what?
Trying to make me eat that nasty tuna. I'm sorry, when I eat tuna now, it's all albacore.
Is it albacore?
Yeah, so $3.20. I think the other Walmart was $3.50. Kroger's was $3.40. No, we made tuna helper with peas.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we don't need that though. All right, let's go get some. Do you want leftovers, or you just want to do one? Think we're okay with one?
Yeah, we should be okay.
Well, let's just do one because Dustin's already got another 3 or 4 ground beefs.
You talking about just one?
That'll be enough for tonight.
Okay. These are actually really good.
That one's got the saucier stuff.
Which one, the saucy?
The saucy. The other ones are
Is
dry.
it saucy?
I really try not to eat them. I don't think
Let's
I've
get
had
one
in
of
2
each.
months. Okay.
Right, I think about right here. Let's see what this is right here. Switch these two.
Oh, no, I'm talking about these stuff is only like 4% alcohol. I mean, I could drink like 12 and it's like water.
Oh,
Wild Star's not
Appreciate
too
you
bad.
stay
That's
6
Texas
feet,
beer.
6 feet back.
oh.
I need you to stay 6 feet
Okay,
back.
calm down.
Okay? No, I'm supposed to stay 6 feet off.
Okay, well,
Please.
you're...
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I'm not joking.
Just like at Kohl's. I mean, you just do this for attention.
I'm not joking.
I know you're not fucking joking, so go away. Got my own car. Feed your own self.
So we still want to keep our 6 feet, especially if we're not wearing a mask. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. You want to stay 6 feet from people at all times. The Delta variant is very dangerous. It's starting to kill people in the area. You always wear that mask at all times. You know, just sit there and talk to people and go up to them close, no matter what. Keep that 6 feet and wear that mask, we can kill it. You break that 6 feet rule, we're in trouble. So we still want to stay 6 feet away and wear that mask until there's no more reports of casualties of war, which are people that are breaking the 6 feet. They're having parties, slobbering on each other, talking, spit flies in the air. Next thing you know, you have the Delta variant, you're dead. So you want to stay about 6 feet apart because it's very, very dangerous. So I was listening to the opening of Sun Kil Moon's Richard Ramirez. I think it's the best opening since The End by The Doors. It's an amazing opening, especially at Pitchfork. So when they opened at Pitchfork, or when they were at Pitchfork, when they were playing at Pitchfork, Pitchfork is a music festival. They started with the song, or they performed a song called Richard Ramirez Died of Natural Causes, and the opening of that is probably one of the most genius openings of this, turn of the century. And their song Possum is genius too. It's because it breaks all the rules and lays down what's called mood. So it lays down a mood sense for, kind of like a scary kind of mood. And then it gets into the song, and it gets into this whole rap and this whole thing about Richard Ramirez and all this weird stuff. Zodiac Killer kind of starts in a lonely place, a quiet, lonely place. Kind of the opposite of Richard Ramirez. Not like happy, like Elliott Smith's and Son of Sam. His is almost like a happy song. It's kind of crazy happy. Richard Ramirez is dark for the sake of the dark energy of the serial killer. But what's also interesting is in Zodiac Killer by the Linda and Cole Band, it starts off in kind of a very cipher kind of way, like a mystery. And then it goes into the song and it keeps the rhythm, dun, 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 right? So it does that whole kind of rhythm thing, and the rhythm in itself is kind of somber and Fincher kind of thing. And then it goes into the song, and then there's, strumming and things like that. But I was listening to Richard Ramirez, Died of Natural Causes, and I was thinking that's got to be one of the best openings of all, of a song, one of the best. Hey, do you want to take that out tonight before we start cooking? We go like a little walk, and I could talk about a film or something. 'Cause I've done that before when I was talking about Disturbia. Yeah, I know all my posts by heart. I forgot the name of that post though. What? It looks cool with the light.
You have so many takes to this. It's ridiculous.
I know. I love every single take of it. It just makes sense. All right. We'll go take the trash out in a minute.